Oh my gosh. Whoa. Oh my gosh, it's huge. Freaking huge. Freaking huge.
Hey guys, welcome back to another video of Haight's Wanderings. You probably are aware that I have not posted in 60 something days. Is that 2 full months? It's been a while, and I apologize for that. I have been so busy this summer doing so many things. Specifically though, I've been guiding like crazy. And I have a bit of a cough. But I am here with an awesome video for you guys. This is a trip that I took to Florida last spring, and I absolutely went off on some redfish, some speckled trout.
Got one. Ooh, nice speckled trout. Oh, that's a nice speckled trout right there.
And I think we caught something like maybe 10 or 12 reds, maybe 5 speckled trout. And the crazy thing about it is that I brought my smallmouth and muskie gear. You know, I don't have any saltwater fishing gear. And so this video is kind of cool for me, at least, in that I'm using the gear that I would fish in the Upper Peninsula. The same line, the same reels, the same rods, the same tactics, some of the same hooks, and literally the very same lures that I use for smallmouth and muskie. And I wanted to see, could it work? And the answer is abso-freaking-lutely. Had so much fun. In this video, you're going to see me using Megabass swim heads with Megabass swim baits. I also use regular KVD caffeine shads in 4-inch and 5-inch. You're going to see the Megabass, there's a name for it, but I'm not sure what the name is for the big paddle tail. But it's a pretty cool swim bait as well, and it gets chomped. And then I also use River to Sea, a Rover 128, which is something that I use for muskie in the Upper Peninsula. And so all of these baits are getting hit by saltwater fish, and it was just incredibly cool for me.
All right, guys, I just got my first fish right here. It's crazy windy, and made it happen. I probably look absolutely crazy right now. The wind's blowing, my hair's everywhere. I don't care. Woo! We got one, and I'm gonna go for some more. It's my first day fishing, and I got one. Yes! Got a nice fish right here. Looks like a big red. I'm hoping it's snag it. No, I got its mouth.
I brought 3 rods. 2 of them were 6'6". One was a 7-footer. I didn't need 3 rods, but I was a little bit paranoid about breaking one. I wanted to have at least 2 as backups. Brought 3 reels, again, 2 as backups, and yeah, I got out 3 days. 2 days I was in a really, really crappy little kayak. We stayed at an Airbnb, and they had a probably like a $25 kayak, and I was very glad to be able to use it, but it was basically like sitting in the water. The scupper holes did not keep any water out, they just let the water in. So I sat in water, and it was cold as well. We were in Florida. I can't remember when, but it was like maybe April, maybe the first week of April. That sounds about right. And the water was cold. It was not hot. It was not. It was just. It was not shorts, t-shirt weather at all. I was wearing a sweater, but the fishing was great.
Oh! I saw that fish in the water and I sight fished him. Nice. I saw him in the water. I tossed out in front of him. Yes.
On the final day, I got out in a rented Hobie kayak, and it was so cool. It was my first time using a pedal drive, and I think I need to get a pedal drive for here in Michigan. If I fished more lakes, I would already have one, but in shallow rivers, they're probably not as effective just because you'd be hitting rocks all the time. But in a large body of water, in a lake, I could see myself using a pedal drive.
She's far larger than she
you
is.
can constantly be fishing. You don't have to put down your
That's my fifth
paddle
one this morning.
you don't have to put down your oar, or sorry, your rod to paddle, that is. So pedal drives are super cool.
Whoa!
We ended up with so much wind, so I had to find the backside of an island to actually fish. So I headed out, got to a backside of an island, couldn't keep my kayak in one position,
Whoa, this one's
so I actually
huge.
had to get out, and I anchored the kayak, and then I just waited, and I ended up fishing, and I found a spot. There were a ton of fish collected there. I have no idea why they were there. I got lucky. I got very lucky. And
No!
and almost all of my fish came in the same spot. I was catching fish almost back to back
No,
times.
that one was
And I
freaking
started using different lures
huge.
just to see if they would hit on something else. You know the fishing's good when you can start to just experiment and see what they're willing to hit, what they're not willing to hit. And that's actually how I got them on top water, is that I was having so much success on subsurface. I said, screw it.
Nice one.
Let's see if I can get one on top. That would be awesome. And it did happen, and I was just blown away. So happy with how that went down. Overall, I would say that if you're interested in fishing in Florida, I've now done it 2 years in a row on trips, and really you don't need, hundreds of dollars of gear. Anything that you're using for smallmouth probably is going to work. I would suggest a 7-foot rod over a 6.6, just because the 7-footer was a little bit more, I don't know, it gave me a little bit longer casts and it had a little bit more backbone to it. But I was fishing 20-pound braid down to a fluorocarbon leader. I think it was like maybe 20-pound fluorocarbon. And I was running it straight to a jig
Look
head
at that.
went into a swim hook.
Giant.
That's it. That's really all I needed. This year I brought a net. The year before I didn't have a net, and it was a little bit of a pain trying to land the fish. But with a net, it made things much easier for me. So that was also something that was fun. Although you're not going to be able to bring a net on a airplane. So you got to kind of figure that one out. But yeah, pair of pliers, a rod and a reel, and a couple swim baits, and you can catch fish. Now, my big suggestion is not fishing on the ocean side, but fishing on the intercoastal side. and find oyster bars and fish oyster bars, because that's where I've had all of my success. Really, has been fishing in pretty shallow water and oyster bars.
Oh my
But
gosh.
if you can catch smallmouth, you can absolutely catch redfish, and they are a ton of fun. Hope you guys are enjoying this video.
Am I still on?
I know it's kind of
What?
a little bit of a vlog style video here, but I haven't put up any videos this entire summer. I've been so busy, and I hope that you guys are enjoying this.
Oh, great fish. Oh my gosh. Great one. Thank you so much for biting. Thank you so much for biting. Oh my gosh. This lure right here. Oh, that was a hit. Wow! Wow! Wow. That's a big fish. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, it's huge. Freaking huge. Freaking huge. Oh my gosh. Whoa. That's a red, I think. No, it's a sea trout. Oh, holy smokes. Big one too. Check out that sea trout. Just giant. Oh my gosh. And she's gone.
Couple of shout outs here at the end of the video. A few weeks back, I had an interaction. My wife was working and she was talking to a guy in the store, and one thing led to another. They started talking about fishing, and the guy said something about watching a YouTuber, and my wife said, "Hey, my husband's a YouTuber." And the guy found out that it was me, and he was like, "Oh my gosh, I'm a big fan." So here's a shout out to Ron. My wife told me that you are a big fan, so thanks so much for watching. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this. As always, Catch, Release, Wander. I will be putting up more content very soon, hopefully. My guiding season is over, so now is the time that I can have to put some stuff up there. All right, guys, thank you so much. Let's get rolling.